This month, Washington state legalized physician-assisted suicide. Voters overwhelmingly approved the ballot initiative. Washington and Oregon are now the only two states to allow assisted suicide. But some groups are trying to stop those assisted suicides. And for more on that, we are now joined by Dr. Mark Mostert. He's the director of the Institute. For the Study of Disability and Bioethics, and also a professor at Regent University. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it, Dr. Mostert. Now, tell us about the latest legal challenges to this Washington initiative. Do they have a chance?
Well, they may well have a chance. The voters in Washington voted for something that unfortunately, on its face, has several problems. Most of all, there are very few safeguards involved with the patient after the drugs have been prescribed.
Okay, well, how do you respond to people who say the court should stay out of this because it was the will of the people?
Well, I think the will of the people was fairly uninformed. When you look at how the law and the statute is written, there are clear problems in what this means for people who are very vulnerable medically and have medical disabilities. For example, there does not have to be a witness when the medication is administered. There does not have to be any form of physician present, and so that obviously leaves things open to possible abuse.
Now, talk about what you think are some of the loopholes in this initiative.
Well, that's one of the first loopholes, that there is very little supervision after the medications have been prescribed. But before that even, you don't have to really go to your family doctor who knows you and cares about you if you are considering this. Basically, you can go to any doctor, so doctor shopping is going to be a major problem.
Now, I know Oregon passed a similar initiative 14 years ago. Washington was next. Do you think this is going to happen in other states? I was reading an article where the groups that are in favor, or the group that's in favor of assisted suicide, I mean, they are really targeting other states. What do you think? Do you think it's going to work in other states?
Well, it certainly has a chance of doing that. The reason Washington state was targeted was the pro-death groups thought that this was the chance where they had the best chance of winning, and indeed they did. They're already moving across the country to organize grassroots groups in every state to start a similar kind of ballot initiative wherever they can and get this passed wherever they can.
Okay. Dr. Mark Mostert, thank you so much for your analysis.
Thank you.
All right. Heather.